Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is Wednesday, May 31st, and today we are taking George to his second vet appointment. I can't believe that we have now had George for over 3 weeks, but probably like 3.5 weeks since we've got him. So I kind of wanted to just take you guys along to the vet with us this morning, and then also just kind of do like an update. How have things been the first 3 weeks that we've had him? So let's get going to the vet.
Say good morning. Someone just woke up from a nap. You ready to go to the vet, baby? Yeah. We're gonna get ready and get in the car, aren't we? Okay, off we go to the vet. Baby.
We did so good at the vet today. He has gained over 4 pounds, so he is now 16.5 pounds from the last time we went to the vet. But we only have one more vet appointment, and then we will officially be fully vaccinated. He'll be good to go to the groomer, dog parks. He can be around other dogs safely. So I'm excited to have that kind of checked off the list and have him like able to be a little bit more socialized and stuff. But yeah, and then we got something for ticks because we have had a couple of ticks, but I'll talk about that in the puppy update. So I need to log on to work and get showered and stuff, so we will start the puppy update in a little bit. But he did so good and got a little pup cut from Scooters as a little reward for doing so good at the vet today. Okay, let's get into the 3-week puppy update. So we have now had George for, like I said, 3.5 weeks, going on 4 on Saturday. It's Wednesday, so yeah, like almost exactly 3.5 weeks. And I have to say, things have honestly been going really, really smoothly. I don't want to jinx it because things have been really just going so well. Obviously, there are like hard days. He is a puppy, like, you know, he's gonna make mistakes. He's learning just like I am. So let's kind of dive into like different areas that we've been working on and kind of give you like a full-fledged update of how things have been. Number one, I would say that like getting him home and getting him into a routine like as soon as possible was probably the best thing for us to do. We already are in like such a good routine of our own, so kind of figuring out, you know, how he fits into that routine and making it work for us. So we wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go to the gym because Jake has to be at work by like 6:30. So we get up at 4:30, we let him out right away, and then we leave for the gym by like 5. So he goes back in the crate until we get back at like 6:30. So he wakes up for the day at 6:30, but he's gone out to the bathroom once already. And that's when he gets water and he gets breakfast. So that's his first time feeding for the day. Yeah, so that's kind of the morning. And then I've been trying to take him on 2 walks a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. We just do like 1 mile every single day, so it kind of helps to start working on like leash training. But then Jake goes to work, like I said, at 6:30, but I work from home, so I'm home all day with him, which also is like a huge godsend and like so helpful, obviously, with training because I'm here all day, every day. But yeah, so that's kind of the morning situation. And then trying to take him out like every 2 hours or so, anytime he wakes up from a nap. And then he eats once around noon and then again around 4. And then I try to take him for that second walk of the day after I get off work, so around 5, sometimes 6 o'clock. And then we start winding down towards like 8 o'clock, and then we go to bed by 9 usually. So it's a pretty good routine. Obviously, sometimes we fall off of it. There's, weekends, or, we got sick within the past couple weeks, so that obviously disrupts the routine. But having some sort of like regimen definitely helps the puppy kind of get acclimated and into a good routine. So that's my number one huge thing that helped us.
And of course, we try to make sure he has plenty of time to play throughout the day, go outside and play while the weather's still nice. But I think his favorite time of day is when Jake finally comes home, because that is his favorite person to play with. As far as the crate, he obviously sleeps in the crate at night, but anytime we leave the house, we leave him in the crate, and he's done so well. Sometimes he'll cry for a little bit, but really it does not last long. Now that he's gotten bigger, we did go ahead and move the bed out of his crate, so he has full range to move around, and now that we know that he's going to be a little bit more accident-free. During the first week when I was taking George on walks, he was grabbing the leash with his mouth and yanking on it, trying to play tug quite a bit. He was swerving this way and that way and constantly getting distracted. He has started to calm down on walks and doesn't grab or try to tug on his leash as much anymore. He generally stays just to my left, but he does stop to sniff just about anything and everything on the road.
Okay, now for a potty training update. So I kind of mentioned in the last clip, when they're puppies, their bladders are super, super small, so they really can't hold their pee for very long. So trying to take him out as often as possible, at least every 2 hours. Usually when he wakes up from a nap, I try to take him out, but he's gotten a lot better. He really doesn't need it every time he wakes up. And bathroom trips outside have kind of gotten less and less frequent. But we have been accident-free for, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. So, I don't want to jinx it, but things have just gone really, really smoothly with him. It was a little rough that first week or so, but just making sure I was consistent with taking him out and making sure he didn't have to pee. I also pick up his water around 7:30 every single night so that he can go to the bathroom one more time before bed, and that kind of be it for him, and he can sleep through the night, doesn't have to get up and pee. So it's just been going really, really smoothly so far. Really not too many accidents in the house, but again, we've been accident free for over a week, almost 2 weeks. So it's very, very exciting. And of course it just helps me being home and being able to have that luxury to, take him out every 2 hours. So I can't go without mentioning that as well. And then talking about tricks and commands and things, and things that we've learned. He knows how to sit, give me his paw. He knows how to lay down. He knows how to stay. We're working currently on trying to have him stay before his meal is put down. But that's been going well. You can tell he's very eager to learn. He wants to do well. He wants to learn. So I'll insert a clip of his current tricks. Obviously, he's got a lot of room to grow, but I feel like we've gotten the basics pretty much mastered. Okay, next I wanted to talk about just like his eating and health updates. When we did get him home, he was a little bit reluctant to eat a ton straight away. So the first time I went to the vet, I did mention that to the vet. I was like, he's not eating as much as the breeder said that he would be. I don't know, it's making me nervous. And so we talked it through and she's like, no, like he's like a healthy weight. He's probably just nervous. And after a week, he was totally fine, eating what he should be. He eats it all in one sitting now. You know, for a second I thought maybe he's just going to be a grazer and he'll just kind of, you know, eat when he needs to eat. But I've never had a dog that does that. So, but anyway, that only lasted a week. Again, I think it was just like getting used to his new environment and living situation. And now he eats as soon as I put it down. So he's eating plenty. Health-wise, we did have one night where he had like an upset tummy and woke me up several times throughout the night, needing to go outside and go to the bathroom. But luckily he did let me know every single time he was crying, but it was no big deal, just let him out. And took probably 24 hours for things to be like normal again, but that was the only time we really ever had any issues with his stomach. He really does, he eats a lot of stuff in the yard. I think that's what upset his stomach, was like him eating stuff outside. So if you have any tips for getting your puppies to stop eating stuff in the yard, please let me know, because that is definitely a struggle of ours. And then other health related thing has just been, he has gotten a couple ticks, but when we went to the vet today, we talked about getting him on a medicine for that. So we've got that, and that should be taken care of for the most part. So that has been health, all things health related for George. What do you think? He doesn't like these things. Next, I want to talk about like grooming things so far. Since he is a Goldendoodle, they recommend brushing him like once a day. He's not a fan of it so far. We're trying to get him like used to it now when he's like still a puppy, so that hopefully he just kind of gets better with it over time. See, we're not biting it anymore. He still doesn't love it. What do you think? So they recommend like brushing him almost every single day if you can, because of their coats. This is just like a slicker brush. So we've been brushing him as much as we possibly can. And then I do have this like DIY deodorizing spray. It's so easy to make. It's literally just orange essential oil, lavender essential oil, witch hazel, and water. And it's super clean ingredients. The orange essential oil is what helps like actually deodorize. And the lavender I think is just kind of like calming, but it smells really good. He doesn't love being sprayed with it, but that's a huge hack that I've loved. I have done one bath time with him, because the breeder told us not to go to the groomer until he's been fully vaccinated, so not until that 16-week mark. And then we can go to the groomer. So hopefully that's coming up here soon. But we've done one bath time in the meantime after we went to the lake. And then another spray that I got is just this like flea and tick spray, home treatment. And it's again with a bunch of essential oils, clean ingredients. So after I saw those ticks on him, I just wanted to find something just to spray him down. Make sure there were no other ticks. I will say this is a little bit sticky, but this is what we used there. And then I am still kind of looking for a groomer. There is one that's like attached to the vet that we go to. It's like a vet, doggy daycare, groomer, boarding, all in one type of deal. But I still just want to like look around. Plus the vet's like 30-40 minutes away. So if I don't have to drive that far for grooming, I won't. And then I also just kind of wanted to talk through like next steps, like what are we planning on doing from here? We're only 3 weeks in. There's obviously a lot more that goes into training him, getting him acquainted to us. Number one, I want to take him to a puppy class. We actually just secured that today. So starting June 15th, we're going to be going to puppy classes once a week. I mean, obviously he's doing really well with training so far. And like, I really don't have any major concerns, but I've never trained a dog before. So it doesn't hurt to like get help from a professional and what do I need to be doing? What am I not doing? But I think another pro of doing the puppy classes is just kind of getting him acquainted with some other dogs, because that's one thing, he has not met any other dogs yet. So we don't know how he does around dogs. He like does okay around humans. He just gets really excited when he meets them for the first time. But I think puppy class will help get him used to being around other dogs, or that's at least my hope. And then another thing that I want to work on is just like making sure he's a little bit more independent. I would say the one downside of working from home is I just don't want him to be like too used to me being here all the time and just get like that anxious attachment that I know a lot of people struggled with during quarantine, having like quarantine puppies. So I just want to make sure we're somehow avoiding that. So again, if you have any tips or tricks, please let me know. And then I think I mentioned this earlier, but just eating stuff in the yard. Again, if you have any tips and tricks, let me know. Or is that something a dog's just gonna always do, is like eat stuff out in the yard? And then last thing I think is just car rides. Like I mentioned, like just, we're still working on it. It's a work in progress. I think we're making all the right moves, but again, if you have any tips, please let me know. Okay, that is all for today's video and our update with George. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. There's gonna be plenty more of puppy content coming your way, so stay tuned.